You know I believe in starting on time, so we're gonna start on time. Now I've become refined over the years. What up, little Chico? I've become refined over the years, right? Because that's what growth does to you. But there comes a time when you may have to step back into the old version of yourself. I was smaller, hanging out, and that's me with, I don't know what I was smoking at the time, but I was, yeah, pretty good. There comes a time when you may have to step into the old version of yourself, and that's not to say you're going back into a lesser version of yourself, but it's saying that you're handling situations in a way that are outside of the rims of, I guess not necessarily professionalism, but how you would have handled it back in the day, because some people are unfortunately stuck in that cycle of their lives. So that's the only communication that they may understand. So with that being said, welcome to episode 4 of Let Me Cook. This will be the last episode where I totally focus on, I'm a cook, trust me. Well, I totally focus on Wiley University and its corrupt administration. And when I say corrupt, I'm speaking of corruption in terms of workplace abuse, corruption in terms of cliques that I guess focus on nepotism, sexually promoting people who were related. I said nepotism, but sexually involved, sexual promiscuity, treat students wrong, all of that. So, and maybe even financial corruption, but I'm not sure. So, and it got to stop. So the platform now is going to be brought to a broader scale of people. A lot of people have reached out. A lot of people are unfortunately being abused in the workplace. And now God tapped me on my shoulder and said, it's your turn. Like, I'm not afraid to fight the bullies, because that's what it is. If you've been cussed out in the workplace, the shit ain't right. It's not right. So I want to address the enslaved minds of some of my former colleagues. Yes, I said enslaved minds because, as I stated before, when Harriet Tubman Freed was asked, how many slaves did you free? She said, hundreds, but I would have freed more had they known they were slaves. I'm far from angry. I chose to leave on my own, right? So do you hear anger or do you hear freedom? Because I'm free because I don't fear, nor did I fear while I was there, I don't fear somebody taking something away from me. I don't fear Felton or Danny or whoever tapping me on the shoulder and say, this is your last day, since you don't agree with us, you can't be here anymore. I don't give a damn about that. I never have. So you don't hear fear, you hear freedom. You got the wrong F word. So I'm free. And I've worked with many presidents. Well, I worked with two great presidents that I'll say. That is the great Dr. Quentin Ross of Alabama State University and Dr. Carolyn Myers of Jackson State University. Neither of which have ever called students niggas, bitches, barbarians, pussies, or otherwise. They uplift students. They support students. They motivate students. They do all they can in their power to be the beacon of light and hope for students and represent that student body and the institution to the best of their ability. And they do a damn good job of it. Especially, I'm going to salute Quentin Ross because he's been a mentor of mine for some time now. Even when he was at Trenton State University, that's when we met. Trenton State, college. Technical college, that's when we met. And he's been a phenomenal brother. When he was brought onto Alabama State years ago, he's done a great job, in my opinion. And even then, he even donated some of his salary to go towards the students. And I think Felton, if I'm not mistaken, he made $400,000 with 600 students, or how many students you got? And you make up there with him, and he got like 3,000, 4,000 students, or so to speak. So Where's the comparison? I don't get it. So neither Quinn Ross or Dr. Ross, excuse me, or Dr. Carolyn Myers have ever told their staff and faculty, "Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. This is my shit. Your stewards are my shit. If you don't like it, fuck around and find out." None of them have ever said that. And to my former enslaved minded colleagues, that's not normal. That is abuse in its rarest form. You shouldn't go to the workplace where you're overworked, underpaid, and you're ministering to young people. Some of you who do great things that go under the radar. They don't describe you as a superstar because you're not putting students as using them as gold stars for people as others are. So you get overlooked even for promotional opportunities. But to be cussed out in the workplace, threatening, fuck around and find out this my shit, that shit is disgusting and it's not right and it's illegal. And you should know that. You should know that. I couldn't be me. That's all I can say. You shouldn't tolerate it, and it's crazy. But got a roll call, and it's time to cook. I'm back on this comic book shit because Mr. Isaac, I didn't talk to you enough for you bringing up my name and putting it out in the atmosphere that it had my name written all over it. I was responsible for it, and even saying Big Red. Mr. Edwards saying that she saw it on my computer. Girl, you're a lie. If you did say it, a big red lie. Going back over the comic book, Mr. Isaac, you told me and others everything that was listed in that comic book on several times. You said it. That comic book, I'll be 50 years old. I don't look it. This year. I don't do childish shit like that. I don't throw rocks and hide my motherfucking hand. I as stated and as written, I throw bricks and I stand there like, what you gonna do? And at the age of almost 50 years old, I'm not looking to get into no battles or nothing anymore because I got bigger fish to fry. So, Isaac, with all you had going on, getting caught in Smith Nooks and just having a meeting about it, being reports of you smelling like weed being reported to HR, nothing happening. Being reported that you're engaged with students and then offering them to work in your area as a work study, and then propositioning them, getting credit for the numbers that athletics and the grad school and adult learning produce, and you getting all the credit for it. Felton giving you all the credit for it because probably Brooks is getting the credit, but neither you should get the credit for it because you didn't do the work. The numbers are the numbers, and if you look at it, you see we have a plethora of student athletes. They did their big one. You did nothing. I've never seen an admissions person that can produce numbers, but be in everybody's office stirring up different shit everywhere you go. I've never seen that. You must be a magician. I mean, you got the smoke in the air. You got that. That must be part of your magic trick. And how you become a VP at another school. What Brooke said, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but allegedly she said what she said, and I won't say it because it involves somebody that I don't know. But if that's your claim to fame, brother, it's bound to wear off. Because I'm so glad that and proud of my former colleagues for being the first group of graduate students from Wiley University. We got Miss Mitchell, Miss Weber, Miss Cole, and several, Miss Murray, several others that are graduating with their masters from Wiley University. And you started off with them. Why ain't you with them now? Did you flunk out of grad school? While you was putting shit into the atmosphere, you should have been studying and doing your work. But now you ain't there. And you still a VP with a fucking bachelor's degree at a place of higher learning. How did you get there? Was Brooks right? I don't know. Take that up with her. Moving on. Big Red. Miss Edwards. Let's talk about how unqualified you are. There's 6 months. Brooks appoints you to VP after she throws Coosby under the bus. And you're sitting there, and I drove by when I was getting my fish plate from Let's Eat Eatery. And I see you parked in front of the building like you just VIP. Girl, once again, who do you know? Who are you related to? Because I know how shit go around there. Who are you related to? I know you and Brooks are sorors or whatever, but ain't like y'all pledge for real, you know. Ain't like y'all pledge for real. So there's no bond there. So who do you know? And President Felton, I want you to hear this. And Brooks, I want you to hear this. Danny, please listen. Get the fake hair from over your ears and listen. Big Red, Edwards, you knew I recorded Brooks and Coosby. You knew I was recording Coosby because I would talk to you regularly about the grievance that I had on Coosby. And I told you everything that was in the grievance. And you stayed up on me about what was going on and stuff like that. And I told you I was recording. So while they bringing other people to ask about this and ask about that, you knew because I told you. And I have a recording of me telling you that I did it. That I recorded. Unapologetically. Because I knew you were the next Coosby. I knew exactly what was going on. When Brooks called you and Isaac and Coosby got mad because you were becoming Brooks's star pupil and they stopped getting the gold stars from her ass and y'all started getting into it and she had the meeting down at the training that with her leadership team, whack ass leadership team, with the exception of Nurse Briley and Shar Robinson, girl. Of course, when she cussed y'all out and said y'all motherfuckers don't think I'll fire y'all asses, I'll have y'all motherfucking job. Y'all allowed her to cuss y'all out, grown people out like that because y'all got on her nerves, rightfully so. Because y'all stopped getting gold stars. But girl, you knew Felton, President Felton, Herman J, 17, she knew that I recorded the whole conversation. She knew. Now, did she know what it entailed? No, because I didn't even know what it entailed. I didn't know Brooks was going to go on that racist rant or that deplorable rant against students and against Marshall ISD. I had no idea what was going on. But I guarantee, I'm telling you, the God honest truth, she knew I recorded. Fuck. Dr. Pickens, at some point, you got to stand up for something to fall for everything. You too were a victim of Coosby's and Brooks's treatment. I witnessed Brooks wouldn't even speak to you some days. For whatever reason. It was even the time when Bradley asked you to come on stage during chapel and Brooks was mad, like, asked Coosby, did you know she was going to be up there or whatever? What's she doing up there? Was she jealous because you was next to 17? You look so poised and together. You're a beautiful woman. Beautiful. But you was a size 17. Y'all was talking and stuff, and she was mad. She said, why is she up there? I won't stand for it. And Coosby asked you about it. So, since you were a victim, I can't... It baffles me how when the grievance process was going on, how could you testify on Coosby's behalf or be a character witness or whatever you was to her and not even give me a warning or say what your experiences has been with her? How could you not even do that? It baffles my mind. And when you were going to testify, you lied to me as if you were getting ready for your cocktails and conversation, whatever it was, the conversations. And I knew you were going to test. I had somebody looking out to see who went in the room. But I could not believe, after our numerous conversations, venting about Coosby and even Brooks, that you would say, I abstain. I don't want to get involved. But you sat there and you testified, probably not necessarily against me. I don't think that's your character. But to tell your experiences with them, because they asked me if I wanted witnesses. And I said no, because I know how people retaliate. I've been threatened during this whole grievance process, and they're going to come at whoever I bring. So I wouldn't put my people, or y'all ain't my people, because y'all, who y'all are, but I wouldn't put people in jeopardy of being harassed and bullied. I can take it, because I'm a tough cat. Always have been. Always will be. Blessed and highly favored. But I won't put y'all in that situation. But she did. She couldn't talk about my work performance because, not bitch, but you know what I mean. Because Coosby couldn't talk about my work performance because, girl, I've been reporting to you only 1.5 months when this happened. So they favored in Coosby's favor in terms of the grievance, which is silly. But then you turn around and fire her for the same things that I was saying, behaviors that I was saying she exhibited within my grievance. Make it make sense. HR, you are ridiculous, Moody. And whoever advising you with this Felton is ridiculous too. Miss Amazon, love you to death. Like I say, there'll be no Amazon hate ever, because I like Miss Amazon. But unfortunately, Miss Amazon, you've gotten credit for work that you didn't do. And I can recall when Felton called us up on a Monday morning. We met in front of the Hodge building. And he brought some stale ass donuts and he wanted to meet with us. Just a power trip, you know how I could do. Telling us what a good job we did and talking about the retention rate and thank Miss Amazon as her team. Well, Felton, when the strategic plan for the retention plan was executed, Amazon wasn't even in the position that she's in. She wasn't even there when it happened. So that was Miss Weber's team, who worked hard, who everybody see worked hard to do what they do. And you're giving credit to somebody else. Why? Because dumb Danny told you to? Why? Everybody knows that, Felton, that when you trying to elevate somebody, you start mentioning their names. You start giving people credit when they do something. Miss Amazon, Miss this, Isaac, this and that. You even said something about you and Isaac when you brought him there, how y'all both had your surgeries and stuff like that, your heart surgeries. But allegedly, nobody seen, you usually have a zipper when you have the heart surgery, a little zipper scar, but anybody seen one on you allegedly, so I don't know. But yeah, you giving credit to Amazon that she didn't earn at the time. Because at the time, Ms. Weber was doing retention. Her and her team. And were doing a damn good job at it. Yeah, in the classroom, in the residence halls, everywhere. And then everybody say retention is everybody's business. She gathered everybody to assist. And not to say Miss Amazon is doing a great job at what she does. Love her to death. But you got to give credit where credit is due. It's very disheartening. I wouldn't want to be in her shoes when you're giving somebody else's credit for work that somebody else executed. That's sad ass leadership on your part. Very much so. And you should be ashamed of yourself. So Dr. Danny Brooks, what set of eyebrows do you have drawn on today? Is it the Angry Bird? Because you can tell what mood you're in based on what eyebrows you got drawn on. And I don't want you to think you special, like somebody talking about you, somebody doing this, somebody thinking, but no, it's just your turn. Because you've been with your dark soul, if you have one, your dark, corrupt, tormented soul, you've been a pariah and a menace to the lives of those students on that campus. When I first got to Wiley, prior to your arrival, even with Lundy, it was good. It was okay. You had Vanderbilt, Lundy, you had several other people it was a happy place. But when that dark cloud came named Danny Brooks, all of West Hill broke loose. You didn't give a damn about nobody but yourself. And you don't play like you give a damn about people, because you don't. Even your mentee, you don't. I don't know what's going on, and I don't even want to know what's going on with that situation. But it ain't right. It ain't right. I personally think you're demon possessed, and I pray for you, because there's no way you can treat people like you have treated them. Even Coolsby, you threw that girl under the bus for shit you said. You can do that and go home and look in the mirror and be okay with yourself. Be okay with yourself. I know you put that weave over your face when you look in the mirror. You should. You should. And maybe the drawn on eyebrows are to hide how you really emotionally feel. You emotionally feel. Because you should draw sad eyebrows the way you treat people. Because you don't have a soul. You couldn't have a soul because you don't have a conscience on how you do people. You seek joy in bringing demise to people. And Amazon, if that girl is still giving you advice in terms of Title IX, residential life or whatever, I ain't there no more. I don't know what's going on. You better not take it, because she's setting you the fuck up. She's setting you up. And Brooks, since you believe everything your leadership team say, and now, from my understanding, you think Isaac wrote the comic book. When my name was brought up, nobody came to me to ask me if I wrote a damn comic book. What the fuck? I only read comic books. What the fuck I look like writing a comic book about y'all? You all are not that important to me to sit here and go and research. Well, back then y'all were. To go and look at pictures of y'all. Who wants to look at y'all? All of y'all are unattractive. All of y'all are unattractive. Coolsby, girl, Dan, why would I go look up pictures of y'all and put them in a black and white comic book? If I'm going to do a comic book, I'm an artist. I'm going to put the shit in a comic book. I'm going to make a real comic book. That's what I do. I do graphics professionally. You twit. So, Danny, let's take it back to, I think Isaac was first getting there. It was the summer. I think it was 2023. And after we had like a connection day in the hospital, it was raining down. And I think on that day, Dr. Vanderbilt announced to us that he was leaving. We all went to Applebee's. No, that wasn't the day. It was another day. But one day we was at Chili's after we had did, I think maybe a move-in or something. And then it was you, your baby, and your husband. Y'all were in the booth on this side. And then we were over here. It was some of us were all over on this table. And we were talking about situations at Wiley. Isaac says, and I quote, either Dr. Brooks has something on Felton or they are fucking. Everybody else at the table put their heads down. Nobody said nothing. But he said it. Now, I'm not going to mention names of people who were at that table, but you call back into your remembrance, or memory or whatever, who was at that table. He said that shit and has said it more. I've never said you and Felton were fucking, because I don't give a damn who you messing with. Hopefully it's only your husband. But I know you have said cheating is not a deal breaker for you. I've heard you say that several times. But picture back, he said either at Chili's, 2023, either you got something on Felton, are they fucking? Are y'all fucking? Was he lying? I don't know. But based on him caring for you, taking care of you like that, because the only reason you still there is because of him. Anybody else would have been kicked to the curb by now. But not you. You get to call students bitches, hoes, saying they diseased, telling people you got a gun in your car, in your purse. You get to do all kind of shit. It's still there. You know what? Maybe Isaac was right. That's why he wrote the book. Not me. I would have did a video in color. So, Brooks, you want to seem like you so big, so bad, so tough, so did such a good job. Girl, you ain't do shit but cause corruption and confusion. Because mind you, reminder, you came from the residence hall, the dorms of Ole Miss to VP. Now, are you related to former President Strickland? I don't know. But y'all do favor. Both of y'all from Memphis. If you had more masculine features, he could be your grandpappy. Now, granddaddy, maybe I don't know. I never met Strickland, but maybe, he laid his seed. Maybe his seed. I ain't never heard you talk about your dad. I don't know. So I don't know. But it's something. How you ended up where you are. It's something. It's something. I can recall the time I went and got a haircut in Strickland, and two young ladies came up to me in a panic saying that an incident, I'm not going to name the incident nor the students, an incident had happened where a young lady was threatened by a non-student who had pretended to be a student on campus to be SA'd. And you figure out what that means, because I don't know if I can say it here. SA'd. And so I read the text messages. And the person, the non-student, threatened to SA this young lady. So I went around looking to see if the person was still on campus, but she had left. So after I researched and figured it out, the young lady didn't live too far from campus. So I screenshotted the messages to Dr. Brooks, Coosby, and a few others. The only thing Coosby said was, put it in Wildcat Reported. And I did. I did immediately. But I'm like, that's the only thing you got to say? And a young girl, one young lady had been SA'd, and the person was threatening to do it to another young lady. So I'm like, this should be a matter of the utmost importance. Like, we need to jump on this and do what we got to do and to protect our students, right? And so when I further investigated, I come to find out they knew about the incident, the first incident, 2 weeks before I even sent them the text messages. And nothing had been done. Nothing had been done. So to say that you care for students, for you to have student access still in your title, is an insult to parents everywhere. It's an insult to those students because you don't give a damn about them. You just worried about your career. But you forget about the fucking integrity of it all. You forget about the integrity because you don't have a heart. You're thinking about the dollar. You're thinking about your title. Girl, you riding Felton's coattail. Like when Felton hired me, he said he gonna take people with him or whatever. And I was one of Felton's. Me and Felton was cool until you got there. What was the communication when you got there? Because I didn't acquiesce to everything you said. I'm a high performer. I always have been. But high performers are overlooked because I don't kiss nobody's ass. And never will. I do the work. I do the work and do beyond work because it's a ministry in working in higher education. But you don't get that. Y'all don't get that. Because you're under a fucked up leadership, a fucked up leader whose total focus is the bag. And let's talk about it. I got approached. Health is Higher Ed Leadership Foundation, something like that. Higher Education Leadership Foundation. He got a whole room about it. And, I've heard people talk about health. I got asked twice to be in a cohort to join health or whatever. It wasn't even on my radar to even participate. But unfortunately, I didn't get an invitation to join. But you had Isaac, people just getting there, Coosby just getting there, Pickens just getting there, Big Red just getting there. Uh, all of them joining. I guess at Brooks's recommendation, but I got picked. But I guess I got asked to applied twice, but didn't get picked. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. People are around you, brother, because of what you can give them. People go to health just to connect with other people that they can get other opportunities from. So don't think people like you. People fuck with you because of opportunities you bring to them. That's it. And let's take it back. Felton, I want you to listen to this since you don't have you don't have a good judge of character. When you called us to help set up with health, me, Isaac, some other people, and I'm gonna quote Isaac verbatim. We were in the Hodge building. We were talking to several colleagues, and I quote: "Felton is the CEO of health and the CEO of Wiley. Ain't that a conflict of interest? Ain't he getting money from both? How can it's just a money grab. It's just he's using Wiley's money, Wiley's funds, and Wiley's facilities to function and finance his own and pocket his own shit or whatever. He put you out there like that to fellow colleagues. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. You got some real rock stars around there that really would have had your back, that really would have been about the work, but you have you have sided with and involved yourself around soulless people because probably that's what you're used to. I don't know. And it seemed to be corrupt women. I mean, I know when I met you, we bonded over our mother's ascending. I don't know what kind of relationship you had with your mother, but hopefully you seem to be surrounded with toxic women. And I hope that wasn't the case for her. God rest her soul. Because that's what you go to. Now, people either they marry the opposite or they are bound, attracted to the opposite of their mother or somebody who's like their mother. So in either case, I pray for God rest your mother. I'm not talking about her, but because I wouldn't do that. But you really need to examine your circle because everybody may not have your interest at heart genuinely. If people are around you just because of what they can get from you, then brother, come on, you better than that. You know better. You know better. People ain't got to kiss your ass to be on your side, dude. Everybody's there. Everybody want to see the president do well. But sometimes that comes with not agreeing with you all the time. Just because people don't agree with you don't mean they're the enemy. Lighten the fuck up, like for real. And I mean, I know you applied to like other presidents' jobs, but you didn't get it. Either one of them. Jackson State, some others. Are you trying to leave, Wiley? Still? I know people. I know a lot of people. The higher ups at UNCF, the higher ups at NAACP, as you know. The higher ups in a lot of places. See, I don't reveal all of my contacts. I don't reveal like everything I've done. Like I just don't because people will try to play on your top. Like you all, I don't know who y'all thought I was, but I came to Wiley a rock star. I came to Wiley a soup on fire. And I'm still on fire. But y'all burning. Your soul's burning. So are you trying to leave? And is your plan to leave either Brooks or Bradley in charge or as president as you leave? I know Bradley acted before while you was unfortunately ill. And she was horrible. She's a bully. a bully to women. She's not. She's very articulate, but as many have stated, you're just quirky, and it's funny. Even Bradley and Coosby have talked about you. Brooke said she didn't like it when she first got there, and said that her and Coosby both talked about you in terms of you need to stay out of student affairs business because you don't know what you be talking about. Yeah, they said they talked about you. Not all in your face. Well, not Coosby because she gone. Mm-hmm. And if I'm lying, my name is Frederick Douglass. So none of y'all fuck with each other for real. None of y'all are genuine people. All of y'all are sitting in each other's face and can't stand each other, are just there for an opportunity. You don't communicate with each other factually or authentically. You just are there to see what you can get from the next person. So you acquiesce to what they say, and y'all have formed a clique of bullies, and you think that's good. You're using Wiley's foundation, the historic foundation that is Wiley University, to fan your pockets and to ruin, unfortunately, the lives of those students and other people that have been called to serve as ministers and big brothers, big sisters, uncles, OGs, or whatever to those people and empower the young and old minds that come to Wiley. And me, for one, I know I'm a chosen one. I'm a chosen one. One thing you tell about a chosen one, this ain't no TikTok shit. Like, we don't look our age. I'll be 50 September 14th. And I know damn well I don't look. Where's the gray? And I don't use no dye. You say you say I die, you lie. You're a lie. Mm-hmm. I look damn good. And when I lose weight, I'm gonna keep telling you. I'm gonna borrow some of y'all's Ozempic pen if I can reach my goals. Not you, Big Red, because I know you ain't got one. Mm-hmm. But Felton, if you are prepping Brooks or Bradley to take your place, you are one trifling. That's some trifling shit. Because neither is qualified. Brooks ain't qualified off credentials. Bradley ain't qualified because she lacks social skills. And with all that Brooks has said, the racist comments towards Marshall ISD, calling a colleague a bitch, calling a former colleague a psycho, saying everything that she said about students. And this thing about it is more has been said. The Title IX violations. Girl, you had Mr. Isaac sitting on Title IX cases in Title IX hearings, and he's you knew that he's been reported to be a predator. Why do you have him sitting on Title IX cases? That's a violation within itself because he's been reported to HR. HR did nothing. And you got him sitting on Title IX cases voting guilty or, you knew what he did. You met with him several times. Parents called. One dad called and said that he was coming up there. He gonna come up there if he approaches his daughter again. You met with him about that, but you have him sitting on Title IX in Title IX hearings when he's been guilty, and you know it. You're trifling. You're trifling, and he votes guilty just based on whatever, and then. Brooks, like I said, you're there. It's sad because you're not there because people fuck with you. You're there because Felton fuck with you. And he's built whatever alliances he's built, demonic alliances that he's built with people. You're there because of that. And that baby ain't gonna last long. Because my Bible says every knee shall bow. Every tongue will confess that he is Lord. And you ain't serving my God. Neither one of you are. Neither one of you are. You're soulless. You're corrupt. And if Felton said that the board heard every recording that I put out, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't the only one. I'm not the only one that's been recorded. So you pissed the wrong person off. They'll probably come out with it too. I'm still waiting on whoever whoever put the comic book shit out to come out with volume 3 or whatever they say they were gonna do that they blamed on me. But you a motherfucking lie. I ain't did no shit like that. But if the board has heard this, I'm coming for the board next. I'm gonna find out where you work, and if you are okay with a beautiful Hispanic Diana, a beautiful Hispanic freshman being referred to as Selena, bitch, that's a problem. That's a racist problem. If you are okay with President Felton saying any student below a 3.0 is a regular nigga, that's a problem. If you're okay with Dr. Brooks talking down, saying the student is diseased and giving diseases to everybody, that's a problem and a lie. If you're okay with her saying a student dresses like wear clown shoes and wear unnamed brand clothes or whatever, that's a problem. So board, know that Jeremy Wayne Chico Hodge is on your ass too. Because there's no way that should have been allowed. As much as y'all say apologize, there's no lying that could make up for what they have said and about those students or have done. Students have been kicked out for simple arguments, simple disagreements, being kicked out of school, education being offset by a simple argument because Coosby and Brooks feel bad today. I want to fuck with somebody today. There's no conflict resolution when students get into little squabbles or fight or argue or whatever. There's no conflict resolution that takes place, and that should be a part of the process. And then with hearings, there's no student like the Sergeant at Arms isn't Sergeant at Arms isn't on the hearing panel. You got to have a student representative, but you don't. You don't. You all are ridiculous. The administration has been ridiculous. So many fucked up things have taken place. And I don't care how much money you think a person got or whatever. The fact is that Wiley is not the old Wiley. And I met some of the people from the old Wiley who said they had a great time, a lovely time. It's not the old Wiley. And for people to sit back and say, oh, he mad. Oh, he angry. I ain't never said fuck you. Unless I meant it to people. I ain't never said fuck you to nobody at Wiley. I always greet people with a smile. And when I say fuck you, I'm either pulling up or something, but I'm not that person no more. That was so long ago. That was some pounds ago. I'm not that person no more. You grow. And when you grow, you learn to treat people with respect and dignity and kindness. You always say, be kind. Well, fuck you. You don't know what being kind is. You refer to students as regular niggas. You refer to students as barbarians, savages, and pussy, all that. You let Brooks refer to them as hoes and skanks and bitches and stuff like that, and you did nothing. You are soulless as well. Soulless. And so for you to sit there and allow shit to take place, I know how shit go. And like I say, shout out to athletics for recruiting all of fall 24 students. Over 300 students recruited by student athletics. And then the grad school, don't know what admissions did because while I was there, that number didn't come out. So shout out to athletics. So former AD Jacoby, Brooks started having problems with her. All of a sudden, she's getting harassed. So she's out. Her husband is being a character coach. What the fuck? Then all of a sudden, he's assistant athletic director. After a scene is created with Kobe, confusion is created with Jacoby. And I'm not saying that is there because I don't know. But it's mighty funny that you have a ton of people that could have did it, but your cliques, you elevate your cliques and stuff like that when you have great people in athletics that could have done a great job sitting right there that know the students. What are we doing? Stop playing fucking school days and run that university. You don't have the right people. You don't have the right people around you in terms of those that are designated. There's no way that somebody that called Marshall ISD crackers and hunkies, called students, talked about students in most derogatory ways, should still be at that institution. There's no way you should still be there. When you call students regular niggas, when you had us in your office, you blasted, raved about your 1.9 GPA. You been a regular nigga. What the fuck? You been a regular nigga. Now you just a paid regular nigga. Mm-hmm. Learn something. All of you. And y'all can create as many fake pages as y'all want to. I know who you are. My Instagram my social media is usually private because I try to keep shit private, but I made it public just so y'all can motherfucking see, because I don't throw rocks once again and hide my hand. And so now that you know that Isaac, y'all saying that Isaac is the one that created the comic book, what you held a public meeting to blame me indirectly. You said that I did it in chapel on video. So where's the retraction now? Fuck it, I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm gainfully self-employed. Been that way. I'm gainfully blessed. Been that way. Why do you think I never argued about a raise or came to y'all about a raise, even though I was promised one? Mm-hmm. I'm in it for the work, but I'm not going to be overlooked. I'm made a fool out of because you got Big Red who don't know shit. And once again, the bitch, she knew I was recording because she too had an issue with Kuzma. She too had an issue with Kuzma. And she wanted her gone because she wanted to be the new light-skinned Kuzma. But anyway, my prayers are with Wilder University. My love is always with the students. And my prayers are with the enslaved minds of my former colleagues that think I am angry, that think I am bitter or disgruntled. I'm far from disgruntled. I don't use that word, disgruntled. I chose to leave on my own so I can be an advocate for the students. And that's what I've been. Kuzma brought so much hell to that place. And the fact that she's gone, that means God is working. And the demonic stronghold against Wiley is something else. And that's speaking spiritually. It's something else. And I want you all to pray for the deliverance. I'm not like that's not Wiley. That's not Wiley there. Mm-mm. That's not Wiley. That's not HBCU life. That's not HBCU life. To say that I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me. Fuck around and find out. How can you be a doctor, an educated doctor, and use that type of language in a staff meeting? That's not normal. That is workplace abuse. And then I've had people, like I say, people in your circle that don't care for you, want me to be their mouthpiece to speak against you. I won't do it though. I won't do it though. That's not my style. It's never been my style. I don't care about your PhD experience at Jackson State or lack thereof, as they allegedly say. I don't know. That's none of my business. I'm talking about everything that I've seen and witnessed for myself. So with that being said, big things are in the making for Let Me Cook. Go look at that. Go check that single out. on my it's on my story, on my I don't know if we call it a timeline or whatever, I don't know. But I posted it called Let Me Cook. It's just verse 1. Kendrick Lamar gonna be on the second verse. Me and him are up for a BET award, allegedly. Gotta say allegedly for them to come sue my ass. But it's a banger. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a banger when I perfect it, master it. But love y'all for real. Y'all have a good night and peace out.